Hello, 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 and welcome to the nightly edition. This is Julie with the Jewel Design, and yes, it feels nighttime. I am working in the evening to get the next video out before I have a couple crazy days, and I wanted to start sort of a new little project with you guys, give you a break from the large one, you know, the bright colored summery flowers, or the altered book, or whatever else we have going on. We finished the pink and green so vintage sewing flip-flop journal, and that went out the door. We will always be working on the altered book, which I actually need to work on the altered book to get things going. And then, you know, get back to another fun adventure with you there. And then, of course, lately we've been working on the very large, right, our 7x9 hard covered 4-signature book. So, we worked on this on Monday night into Tuesday. And then there'll be a little short, and, you know, so we'll come back to this as I'm working on stuff. We'll do some shorts for little things here on YouTube so you get to see it. The next big thing, I don't know the next big thing is going to be on this one. A lot of little things I was working on, so this may be, you know, if I come across something really fun, unusual, we'll do something with it. But I think a lot of it's going to be prep work. I was adding lace and all that jazz. So go take a look at the videos on this one to see some progress. And then keep an eye out open for a progress report or work through. So I thought I'd get something started new. A little something I want to put together before March gets any farther in. And it's a cute little March, in this case, like birthday month journal. And it's going to be for a gratitude or a quick note for every day. So it may just be the date, and it just may be a word. Or I carefully write in a quote, inspiration, a thought, an event. If there's nothing, you know, nothing I can really write on here, you know, then maybe I'll write something on the next day for both days. Because a few of these pages are not writable. They are gorgeous, but there's no room to write. I mean, a word maybe. If it's a really quiet day, I might just put the date on it and put a word on it. Whatever day describe, you know, whatever word describe the day. But it's a beautiful paper kit from Ink and Journal. I always want to see ink and paper journal. I don't know if it's ink and paper or ink and page. I always get them confused. I don't know. But it always don't be down below. I have it down below. I don't have anything of hers because I shrunk the pages for me. You can do this by hand. You can always print pages, put them on your copier, and then shrink them by 50% to make them smaller. This is a full-size journal kit, though. I just shrunk it down because I didn't want a journal in each day. I just wanted a quick little something. And for me, I loved it because her March kit, which there's one for, I think, most months of the year, she did a different color scheme. It is purple. There's a lot of purple, green, yellows. My favorite colors for spring and my birthday are the books in here. So I was really stoked. And this one does have a darker, really dark purple border around it. But my printer wasn't perfect in lining them up. And so I decided, for the most part, to cut around the edges of the green and just leaving little hints of the purple. Though the backside, like I said, some pages are weird. So I'm going to ink with green. I'm going to ink with dark. I'm going to ink with some of the colors we've been using lately to sort of blend it and make it work for me. But we'll do some tricks of the trade, whether it's washi, inks, whatever, to sort of make it blend in. Because I thought I was doing really good, and then when I started cutting, and I realized that they didn't quite line up the way I was hoping. But, I mean, I paginate the thing, and my printer doesn't always do what I want it to do. So, yeah, so what I have to decide at one point here is decide whether or not any of these pages are going to go writing back to back. I don't know. I think if we have a set of pages that are for sure, like that one's writable, which is great, but that one's not. So like say, maybe like, hey, that's my front cover, so 2 pages to write on to get the month started. Here I can write on, that one I can't. I can write on that, but maybe not that. Like, I may start having some back to back every so often and veer them. So like, if I know I have a page, maybe that one I don't want to write on. I have to see. Pretty much put a writing page on the back of each one of the not so. Like this one's really pretty, and I would love that in the middle actually. Well, that's going to be my middle. How are you all doing? Hopefully you enjoyed the last video. And this one's just a hand. So I love that as my middle. It's very memory keeping type feel. So we'll keep that as the middle. So that, you know, those are back to back, which I may do because I can't write on those 2 pages, right? So I may want a little bit of playroom on both sides, you know, to do extra writing on. So I mean, once you fold them, you can always fold them the other way. I did have this on one of the pages, which is a little much. Like, it's pretty in its own right, so like a lot of writing here, not so much there. But I didn't duplicate any page. I don't think. 1, 2, maybe not. 3. Oh, I did. Okay, so this page and this one, I did print it twice. And then I had this fun page that I did. So, yeah, there's a few in here. But, I mean, come on. Like, those are cute side by side. Not a lot of writing, though. Yeah, that one has a better writing space. So you just sort of work your way through it. You do have to decide what you want to do, how you want to do it. Those are actually really cute side by side. Oh, that is the other side. Ah, so that actually looks like it goes together. Yeah, that's adorable. But she does have some really pretty kits that are, I think she has it under a monthly for digital shop in Etsy, which I said, all right, I'll put it down below. I believe that she has them under a monthly category. I don't remember. Isn't that terrible? So like I was able to, find them, and I was able to I saw that she said March, and I opened up to see what it was, and I was on a purple kick last year, which you remember, I still have that itty bitty purple. I have the itty bitty purple journal. It's very much a lookbook. I took another one of her kits, I think, and really shrunk it up. And we're talking like 4 to a page, so they were really little. Backed them, all that jazz. And, oh, there we go. Those are both writable. Just a little bit, at least, that's writable. Okay, trying not to lose our middle. And I sort of like certain things. So I have an itty-bitty purple. An itty-bitty lookbook purple, which I thought I lost. Oh my gosh, guys, a couple months ago. I was going through stuff, and I thought I'd lost it, and I was like, no. Yeah, right? Not that. Yeah, anything but that. And so, I want to say, yeah. Most of them I'm folding them and keeping them pretty neutral, like pretty expected. The only difference, I just wanted to break it up. I just realized I have a back-to-back. Can I? Thought I saw another one of these pages. I thought, well, if I can put them side by side, that'd be sort of cool. I don't think I can. I only printed certain pages on certain ways, so. Oh, it's that one. Okay. So that'd be sort of fun. Put those side by side. So we're definitely going to have like that side by side just because. And then that can be written on. That one can't. So I've got those almost side by side to be written on. One side, maybe a word on that one. So I do have to double check and make sure I can get at least 31 days. Now that this middle signature is not like those two. It's a word. Maybe it's a word for that day. But I want to sure I have a few extra pages. To do that, though, I might have to rearrange my whole kit and caboodle, aren't I? Well, it's going to be a single one. We'll put it in a nice journal. It's right now 2, 4, 3, let's say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I don't count those, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. With a couple to play with, so I could squeak 31 by. There are a few pages. I counted those. But I didn't count. Nope, I counted both of those. I didn't count that one, so that would give me like 29. I really had a slow day here coming up. I could maybe squeak. No, I said a word on. I squeak a word on each one of these. I get to my 31 pages. So, at the end of the month is my birthday, and that is back here. So I would probably 30 and 31 would technically be back here if I do it right. Which, okay, my birthday. I have a birthday party on this day, so I could put 29th party, and then I could sort of like 29, 30 just be like a revamp of how the day went, right? How our party went. I might be able to squeak it by. If I miss a day or two, yeah, right? Okay, so there we go. Tiny little book. Now, because of I put these up, 2 up on a page and did my pretty thing, It's about 3.5, shy of 3.5 by shy, a little over 5 and not quite a quarter. If I left the dark brown around it, I probably been almost 5.5 by 3.5. But I didn't really want all that darkness. I don't mind a little shadowing here and there. It'll allow me to go dark around the edges. I have a black, but I gotta be careful with that. Maybe I wonder if I can mix a little black with a little purple, and I wonder if I could get the darker edges. I was gonna go green, but I have more edges here than I realized. So okay, I'm hemming and hawing because the project's simple. You could do this large, you could do this small. No, I took one of her other decorative pages and I shrunk it, not half up, but close. Big enough to where I know that this is gonna waste it inside and leaves me enough to tuck out and around, like tuck under, and then that way I can cover this with fabric or whatever. Sits here nicely. Then we fold this in half. We have a chance. I hope. So that's what, three something I said, right? Not quite 3.5. I mean, it's sticking out right now. It's sticking out completely. Fold the way it is 3.5. So I need at least 7 inches, and we are like 7.5. So when we fold this will definitely stick out and allow me to do whatever with it. And I can clean up the edges just a little bit and square it up. And I think once it's squared up, we will be good to go. And top to bottom right now, it is definitely 5 3/4, which is more than enough. So we just need to make some nice clean lines down the side and keep marking from the bottom up. I think this is my straight edge. This is a front of a Cheerio board. And it was actually already folded in half. I think I had another plan for it. Haha, right? Oh, I just broke it. Well, that was rude. Well, that is not going to make my life any easier. Okay. I don't even know where that... Aha. I'm like, what? Okay, so I am using the bottom as what to square it up with. I did cut off where it folded already once. I did go ahead and trim it off. And since we know we have plenty of space, as I'm trying to square it up from the bottom, we'll do that. Now, the fun part is, I'm hungry. That's not good. All right. We said 5.5, right? So, or 5 3/4. There's 6 3/4 in there somewhere. Okay, I guess this is we'll use that's my pointer. I'm lining my bottom of my ruler line with something else, and I'm just going up the top. So I'm going to now try to line up the dots. There we go. So we're going to by hand, because I do have a great new cardboard cutter, but the way it vibrates in my hands, I have a hard time cutting straight with it, which is it's fine when I'm working on silly. I'm just trying to create you guys some cardboard to package with. Not a big deal, but otherwise not so much. All right, so we're going to use the ruler and the pencil. Press really hard so I don't move my ruler. And we're going to use my hand. Now I should probably be doing this into my glue board at least, or something of that nature. Cardboard. I know, right? Cardboard for cardboard. Yeah. What is that? Sorry, I found something. I was like, what is that? And what is it doing over there? Oh, all right. But the only thing I don't want it to slide and move around is the problem. I don't want it to, be another thing that's going to get in my way. So, but I don't want to keep cutting into my board there. I don't remember. I probably had something, but let's do this. Let's see if we can use this. So I don't really care. This poor book is just glue. It's cutting. It's poking. It's everything, right? So I do it almost right. Probably could cut it once I had it indented. I just don't cut straight. I guess I could try. Oh yeah, it's a little bit, it's sort of indented from because I want to, the only reason I'm getting really nitpicky about this is because I know it's none of it's straight. So if I go to cover it with that and I'm off, I'm going to have sort of a wonky, cover. And though I'm not selling it, it is still for me, and it'll bug me, so I'm like, I know it'll bug me. I don't know if anybody else has that or not. I mean, I know the junk junk journals were made at first to be very wonky and all over the board and just throw it all together and eclectic, and I can only do so much of that. So I'm not using my straight edge. I am just coming in here with the very heavy things that I know I'm covering. So there we go. So I feel a little better about that, hoping. And my idea, I look at it and this looks off. Oh, so off. It is. It's got to be. Oh, and how do you know? Like, how do you figure it out? Because, I mean, I don't have, what do you want to call it? You know, let's try this again. Oh, yeah, it's not straight. I should have known. Never mind. And it's just a little, right? And I would love to say I could keep testing it, like, with scissors, and I'd be able to find it, but I can't. I'm not good at it. So, how are we doing? Weather behaving? Crafting going well? Anything fun and exciting? Not much here. I just hope you're all well. I know every time I talk to somebody else or someone new, I hear they're dealing with a flu or dealing with a massive head cold. I'm like, oh no. That's not good. Yeah, I'm like, ugh. Been lucky so far. I mean, the girls, Lizzie's had 2 head colds. December and February. Which, they're running pretty ragged with the training and stuff, so it doesn't surprise me too much. Because of the color guide practice. But, okay, so I did do this. So the goal is to have enough to go, you know, for the most part. Like, I know this is perfect, and this may not be, but it's fine. It's whatever it is. I don't cut straight no matter what I do. So, the goal here was to try to center it, right? So that when I'm going to use the shears, and I'm going to, you know, cut it, and, wow. No matter what I did, this is not straight. That is just rude. Oh well. It is what it is. If I keep trimming it, it's just going to get smaller and smaller, and pretty soon we're not going to have anything, right? Because right now, I'm pretty much where I want it to be, so we're going to make do. It's mine. It don't matter. But square yourself out. Your you know, Pressboard, your cardboard, your cereal box, whatever, to give you a nice little hardcover that's going to be, you know, doable. We will score it in half once I get the cover on from the inside here, so that it folds nicely. And that you can do with either a pokey tool, that, you know, especially the wider, you know, 2 sizes, so you can go really thin or you can go a little wider. That with a ruler is a really great way to score. Your bone folders also, when they're newer, have a little bit more of a point. And when we first started, we a number of us would use either end of your bone folders, and you with a ruler, and you would score that way, right? That's all it is. I mean, there's a type of bone folder that you get when you get a scoreboard, so, you know. But if you don't, you know, so when you have little tools like this, that and a ruler can be your best friend. If you don't have a actual scoreboard. I do, but I don't like its placement, so I don't use it too often. Okay. So then I have pieces that I want to enhance it with. I took her pages and I made little squares because she didn't have them in there. And I'm going to fussy cut some butterflies to put here. Take the ones on the back to put to the front. I got this birdie that we're going to fussy cut out. And like we did with the decorating of the tag, I want to... So I just want to decorate little bits, right? Certain things like this to sort of pop it. And on the back, even though it is the back, and when I'm all said and done, I want to pop this up so it's more 3-dimensional. I got a kick out of using the little foam pieces the other day, and I'm just like, I haven't done that enough. Like, it's been a while. I haven't done that enough. Get some little bit of a 3D effect, because I don't, you know, to my thing. But in the back and the front, I want to sort of pop this a little bit. And then I got, you know, took some of her ephemera and shrunk it down to give me little labels and little, no, I mean, the cool thing about this kit, it gives you it gives you the days of the month. It gives you Sunday, Monday. I mean, you can use it as a, like, planner, birthday planner month. because it gives you the days of the week and a couple different things. It gives you clear labels like this. So, I did this to make it more of a bookmark. So we'll ink it, you know. Again, I didn't print on the back of any of that, but that's okay. It's for me. So, anyway, use the cardstock and, you know, gave myself some little doohickeys here. So we'll work on the cover here and get this where we think we want it. Now I do need to, if I shear this out as straight as I can. I know, fabric shears on paper, bad me, but I don't have this cutter or this shears. I don't think in anything else. I think I do have, well, I might have some old school paper cutters that you use for scrapbooking, but I need it to be pretty. Trying to line it up with the scissors and the edge of the paper, because I do not cut with shears straight at all. Oh my gosh. But there shouldn't be any problem. Yeah, no. But this will help give me a cute edge on the inside, and I may leave it brown. I may put fabric. What I do know is that I would want the fabric underneath this, unless we come to find out, to get this where I want it, this sheared edge is all over the board on the inside. If it's too wonky, because the board is not as straight as I was hoping, then yeah, I might just I may just glue it down and then cover it with purple fabric. I do have both beige marbled like this, if I want to keep it neutral to match more of the background of the cover. And then I have some of the, I still have purple fabric from the idea book that we can use. And okay, so if you eyeball it this way, I want to be able to see the beige, so that way I have options on the inside. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's definitely all over the board. So 10 to 1, I'll end up covering. I'll shear the fabric and I'll cover over it. So I think we're just going to glue it down and make it, make it go at it. Because, yeah, let's get started with our glue stick so that, it's all good. I have to get some more glue sticks in the shop. Most people can get them, but I don't know. I mean, I use this. It's still doable. 2 to 3 to a pack. There are others out there that are really good, but they keep changing brands. So, I mean, they keep changing their formulas and ability to get it. So, I don't know. We haven't really done many. We had some Avery glue sticks that we've used in the past. And then we have one left in the shop. I'm just looking for one. It's decent, Alright, there's the front. Now, I feel like, let's use this so that I'm not guessing. I'm using the skinny edge. I'm going right along the cardboard to see if it'll help me bend it. So I am not guessing at where to put things, and I am not, what's the word? Just not struggling. So do it one way, then fold it the other. Yeah, it just helps move it all in. Now, it's not that I need to glue it down right this second, though it does make it easier to do that gluing now than later when you've got it decorated. Since I don't know exactly how I'm going to cover the inside, but I do know I'm going to cover this up because it is not even. I took my chances and I wasn't so sure, but and hopefully I think I put the straight edge, what I thought was the straight end. Nope, let's see, I'm trying to see which one. That bottom is the side I did not cut. Okay, cool. So that's what we'll keep eyeballing it off of. Feel like we need to, what I might do, since the sides aren't so bad, it's just the top and bottom. Let's see if we can glue down the top and bottom. And what I might do is just, problem is we have this little bit of paper. It doesn't, for the life of you, stay down. Not without a lot of clips. I did this with something else the other day we were working on. I was like, oh my goodness. Because the paper wants to come up no matter what you do. And glitter glue is great, but your paper pops up a whole lot faster than the glue will actually dry, which is interesting, right? Because glitter glue dries so fast. But yeah, when we want to pull it up and go, oh, we need to do something with it, we can't get it up, and then here I can't get it to stay down long enough. It will not stay. It's because I have very little paper up here. So like I said, the sides we have more paper, and I think that is going to, I may, do a combination of fabric to cover up here, and all right, well, I was trying to get enough to where I could just get a feel for, so I could tell where the cover is, so I know how to decorate it. And just ways to take your papers. Sometimes you get ephemera that you may not use, and you can fussy cut out images within that ephemera. My mother is the queen of that. She's like, okay, well, I won't use all that ephemera, but I love the lady in there. Or like that book stack was like, I'm just loving it, and this happened to be the right size of the spine. I could fussy cut those books out and bend it down the middle and use it as a decoration, or make it a unique tuck, right? I mean, you could cut it flat on one end and fussy cut around it and make it a really cool three-dimensional, tuck. You can, my mother, Lorette Chandler, I have vintage paper called, by the way. My mom will be like, oh my gosh, I love those, but there's no fussy cuts of the girls or the ladies of Victorian outfits, whatever. And she will print an extra sheet of journal cards and she will cut those out. Because she wants the images. If they're clean and they're freestanding enough in the image, in the journal card, why not, right? So, like, say this was a lady, if she really wanted the birds, for the most part, you can fussy it, and I could cut the bird out. I didn't have any birds, or I didn't have any, I'm not providing you a sheet of fussy cuts. You can take it out of the ephemera. If we give you that option. Sometimes I cut a lot of stuff off, and it's really hard to get any really full left to right. Now, it's okay to have one flat edge, like at the bottom of the dress, or something like that, too. Because you would also, you can cover it with, you can layer it with flowers on the bottom, and you don't know that it's not, floating. It's not floating anymore when you collage stuff below, above, beside it. Really isn't, right? Okay, well, I don't want to be wasting time. I want to be quick about this. I just wanted to show you the work on a little cover, and, so stoked. I didn't get to it last year. It was really supposed to be a full-size journal last year. Thought for sure I'd do it, but we got pretty busy pretty quickly, and I had a hard time balancing it all out. So I was just like, ugh, okay. So I realized, I was like, wait, it's March. Well, it's already the 4th, but let's see, for me it's the 3rd. You'll see the night of the 4th or morning of the 5th kind of deal. Midnight, I guess. So midnight the 5th technically, but yeah, but it's okay. I mean, this weekend was pretty easy to mimic, to journal a little in, and then keep it to simple words later. So, okay. So there's that, and I feel like now that we know, sort of, right? And I want to make sure it's covered, so probably I'll probably glue them down and then fold them in. Yep, okay. Just want to make sure, like, I don't want to have too much over here. I might even have cute little corner, I might have book corners for this. And that's the other thing, if this is not square, which I have a feeling it's going upward, it makes it really hard to put book corners on. Oh, so hard to put book corners on. Not fun at all, but that's okay. It's just a tip of the trade, a tip for the trade. Sounded funny. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, well, that's my bookmark, so let's get some extra whatever, because I did not do a super tight job on this one. She does have a nice fuzzy ness to the edges. And she gives you a couple long journal cards / bookmarks with little labels underneath them in one of the pages. That's, I think, how I got 2 of the labels and one in my bookmark. So I'm gonna find a little extra paper or fabric. I could put whatever. If I do fabric on the inside, maybe I'll put some fabric on the back of the paper to make this bookmark a little richer. It's a little thin. So that it can sit in here, so I know from day to day where to put it. Right? I'm on to the next day. There's my bookmark. Ta-da! I'll make a hole punch and put some lace on it. Okay, so I'm just doing that for now so I can see it. I don't know where my middle is. Oh, that's the next part, huh? Ooh, scary. Okay, off the bottom. down the middle, down the hatch. No, we are not even 7.5. Let's see, 7 is 3.5, and another half is 1/4. So my middle is about here, and it's actually, what, 2 over? Good Lord. 3.5, 1/4, 1-ish. Right along this line for the most part. Isn't that nice? Okay. Where's the line? Oh, there it is. I hope. My whole thing is going to be crazy. I'm sort of hoping. Not quite. Looked like a good idea. I misjudged something somewhere. But you know, it still covers it. So just at the back will just stick out a little bit with the fabric or whatever I show. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it does the job, barely, by my oops. So if I cover fabric underneath, let the edge glue on top, then it has a little border piece, and I can put lace on it, and I can make it work. Okay. Yeah, I needed to be over a smidge, and I didn't catch that, so that's alright. But it's a nice, can you hear that? Nice cover. Alright. And yeah, so I can definitely tell, even though the bottom lines up decently when it's folded. Let's see if I can tighten this up at all. Probably not. Once it's down, and it will rip the cardstock. It is across the top, not straight at all. Well, that's a bummer. So yeah, it makes a difference to try to really do whatever tools you have to square out your base piece. It makes all the difference in the world. And if I cut that, then I lose all of it. Like, I'd have to pull it up, and now of course it's going to stick, so there's no chance of doing that. So, okay, well, it's perfectly imperfect. It's mine. It's fine. Okay, so I thought in the bottom here, do some inking. I want to, you know, it seems a little interesting to do a little 3D on the back. Sorry, I heard cats. Oh, it's me. Now I'm like, oh no, it's me. I have one cat that scratches on everything. I wanted to expand on this one a little bit and have it stick up, because I just thought it was really pretty. And I was going to do the butterfly, I was going to do all of it. And I could double up on her, like we do with many other things. When I cut her out, I could do a double her. Oh, I could do that. We have a big one in the back, in the front, double up on the back. The birdie will get cut, and she's going to pop up there. And then this, I may try to figure out how to put the word March in here very carefully. I love when I do that. I go and try to ink with the top on. A little hard to do that, right? And this one's going to require both. I'm going to have to do a little bit of the oxide, and then just touch the edges with the vintage. So, which gives it, you get a little bit of the fuzzy faded feel from the oxide, and then you get the darker stuff to help pop it up. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I just thought I had empty space, so I did them, and I may use them somewhere inside. Same thing with this one. It may be something part of the inside cover. Alright, so let's start. I have rounded corner ones, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. But let's do on the ends here. Not much of a tutorial or anything. It's a, you know, it's a craft with me with a little idea, you know, a mini something. Because I'm, oops, that's on there, it's on there, okay. I had an idea, needed to get it started for my personal use, so I figured why not, and if something came of it that I decorated or find out, I am going a little higher than the box below it, so you see a little bit of a shadow of the beige underneath, and I have a feeling I'm going to need to try to tuck in one more, very carefully, because, oh, there. Because it does, I'm sticking in my finger, it sort of caves in the middle, which I'm not too keen on here, so I'm going to put it down. Ugh, there we go. There we go. That's a little better where it's not so floppy. not so floppy in the middle. Let's do this. We're going to do a little cover decor, and all I'm really using is papers, right? I'm taking elements from the page. I paginated them, or you make your copies of your papers. Now I did shrink these because I have that capability, being a graphic designer. I did take the butterflies and I made it about the same size, and I made it a little smaller. Parts of me was just filling the space on the paper below this cover. I had like less than a half a page of white paper, and I'm like, I can't just let it sit there. So what can I fill it with? So that's why it started giving me the idea. So I just kept the. You let it, I'm going to probably take the head out just a little bit. Just keep the body. You can just sort of mirror it and stack it just right. And you can sort of get a 2D, 3D effect. It's a little hard to do with these the fuzzy ones. It's going to be temperamental. But I will just bend the wings right outside the body. So when it sits here, if I was just going to glue it down straight, that's what the wings would do, right? Oh, like you can see. So if I glued it down, the wings would just be folded, and except for when I did my thing. But if I really, really, really want a more permanent, what's the word? Like poof, I'm going to try and give myself a better fold with the score tool. So I just scored to each side of this, so I had a cleaner, so I know exactly what my triangle is on the back. And I'm going to try to cut, some foam, my foam piece here. I used to have circles. I don't know where those went. Yeah. I feel like I got butterfingers today. Jeez. And actually, let's see. Well, it was a diamond, huh? Yeah, okay. I was going to do a triangle or something, but maybe I can cut it. To match the potential shape of the body that I created, right? Let's go this way. Sort of, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Might have worked. Sort of try to create the same. Yeah, actually did not too shabby. I didn't do too bad. So the wings can go flat, or the wings can go up a little more. Try to line it up where it, gives me the same line as the butterfly. But without a head and without the head and without the antennas, she's stacked in her own right. And a little wonky, but that's okay. Ta-da! So I have a little bit of 3D. Now, I could have done the same thing with him. I could have, it's sort of a bummer that this is the back and not the front. But I decided to flip the image and extend him to the front. Or her, whoever you want to. Now, this I can do the same thing. And though it's very busy down here, we're going to lay it in. The flowers. And I don't feel like I need more. I'm going to cover up what's yellow. And we're going to, same thing here. We're going to pop it up. So I can write or produce. Probably should write on it before I put it down, huh? But my writing is terrible. I didn't look to see if she had the word March in her thing. Maybe I can pencil it in very carefully. I'm like, maybe I can pencil it in very carefully. Where did my pencil go? I had an actual thin, which I probably took inside. I had those fun. Aha. I've got to get the. That might work. I have pens that I can use that I can then erase the pencil marks underneath, but I'm going to simply, it got stuck to me. I'm going to pencil it in. I'm going to erase it quite a bit, just enough so I can barely see the shadow of it. And then find my purple, which I have a couple. I'm going to test these out. I'm like, that's lavender, but it could be brighter than it looks, especially on the when you're using the thinner side. It's hard to tell, and I don't know. That's blue. I've got this purple, so we got to do a test run here real quick and see which color works best. So it's sort of an odd craft. I mean, it's not your standard journal crafting today. We are doing a little bit more of a personal kind of type of deal, right? So we got to see. That one looks actually really good. Just depends if I want to match that, which is definitely, yeah. See, it is more that color. Even though the darker one's pretty, I don't think we're as blue. Ooh, yeah, that is blue. I don't think we're as blue as we think. Nope, that's lavender, so that won't work. So I think to match the more blue or purple, reddish purple, we need to do that one. I found one more, didn't I? I think that's more pink. Yeah, that's more pink. Okay. So I can go in here and carefully follow the letters for the most part. Give it a moment to dry. And then go back over it really good carefully with the eraser. And I can get any pencil marks underneath gone. I have a happy planner lady who I watch, and I think she's the one who told me about these. What are these? These are twin markers from Arteza from Arteza, and of course it's in white. Good Lord! See, twee markers. Of course, I can't sit still, so it's not. They've been around for a while. This is not the first, but I mean, under the sense of as a journal maker, I don't know as much. I mean, it depends how much journaling you do and how much writing you do, and you know, I happen to do happy planners along with this, or happy planner style journaling, where you know I keep track of our weekly progress and appointments and all that jazz. So I have both, you know, and sometimes I definitely combine the two. I will take stickers from a journal maker, like my porch prints, and I will take her fussy cuts and her small things, her smaller fussy cuts, and I will shrink them even more, and I will cut them out, and I will use them as stickers for my happy planner. And so that's always fun. She actually had a love for junk journaling fussy cut kit, and it's all books and stuff, books and journals and things like that. And so I printed it out small on clear sticker paper. I don't know if I have any pages anywhere. And I get to sit and, you know, cut them up and put them in my journals when I have a bookish feel for my week. Don't know what else to do. I feel very businessy. I like using book feel, you know, books and journals and that kind of imagery. So I don't even know if I have anything, but yeah, I don't know. I had her stuff, I just don't know what I did with it. I keep cutting it up and putting it away nicely, right? But, owie, that's my fingers. One finger, my middle finger, I keep jabbing everything underneath it. I do not know why. Oh my goodness. It is so frustrating right now. I'm definitely losing my lavender on this one. Get rid of any white to make her a little bit more purpley pink, which the milled lavender does really well with that. It's not a blue, not a heavily blue color, so I'm loving it. So we've got her. Now I may leave her flat. I may glue her down and let her wings bend. And we have this. Now I definitely want the branch to a point. Because he ends, I'm going to have him end off. I just got to figure out how much of the branch here I want it to do. So he may not come up off the ground just because the branches in him and they're not separate entities. I am trying to give my something. I'm sort of blending the two together as if they were meant to be without being meant to be, because it does end in a spot and I don't want any flat edges except for up against the curve. So we're gonna faux out the branch to make it look more than it is. So he'll get inked to get a little bit more dimension so that he blends in. So I hear someone drop their phone. My poor daughter, my oldest one, she keeps dropping her phone. The fingers are being klutzy lately. She's trying to finish up her scholarships for college. We have a horde of them. The local ones are all due in a few days, and so she's trying to finish them up so that I can get them uploaded for her. And, you know, while she's at school and stuff. So I'm actually going to cut a little more off. I know. I'm trying to fudge just a little bit without cutting too much, but not making it look like I'm terribly fussy. But anyway, she's finishing up her write-ups, and she did a really cool slideshow type thing for her, one of her art portfolio and stuff like that. So we're trying for some of the local ones. The national ones are definitely harder when she's such an introverted art child. We didn't do a lot, you know. This internship has been a big deal for her. So I'm going to do it right there so it looks like it's coming out. Like, oh, the branch is sort of up and over. I'm going to go up a little higher as if the branch is coming over the gate. We'll put the butterfly down here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I loved him and I wanted to, like, he's a cute little birdie, right? I like really cute birdies. I'm not big on, though I do watch hawks. Like, we have hawks that sit on the foam poles or power cords or whatever on my way to and from her work every other day. And, it's sort of, so that one we're going to glue down for the most part because I don't want it to get caught. This one we will glue the middle. So I'm just going to glue down his middle and then slightly bend up as it's gluing so it doesn't glue down. So he has a little dimension, but I'm not going to catch it every 5 seconds, right? And then I'm going to have to glue down more than I think. I really don't want it to get caught. I don't want perfection in the gluing. Like, I don't feel every edge needs to be glued down. But I definitely want enough of him down that... tweezers. Am I staring? I keep putting them away, I think, and I don't realize it, and then I can't find them when I need them. Are they staring at me? Yep, they are. You guys are yelling at me, I figured. Go up, and I'm sort of going along the line I think is there, so I don't want to go too far over because I don't want it to get caught. We're just going to lightly press down if his beak sticks up, or... It's dimensional in the sense of it, there, you know it doesn't belong there, but she's right there, so I just do my little see. So there's my front. This is going to be glued down over some fabric. This is glued down also some fabric, and we're going to see that hint of the purple, right? Hint of that purple with the paper over it. So with that in mind, I'm going to try and ink these edges a little bit. I don't know if I have my fabric down below with me, guys. I may be able to do it, but probably not. I know I gave you a slightly over an hour last time, so I didn't want to go too over today. But, you know, when you're doing it, you're doing it. When you're crafting, you're crafting. What are you going to do? I'm inking the edges a little bit because I do want a little bit more vintagey. Not that I'm not vintage yet, but right before you know it, sometimes you're like, am I considered retro now? Am I getting there? I know, like when the kids go, you're old. I'm like, what does that make your grandparents then? And they're not much older than me. I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, there's a 20-year difference, but I'm like, okay, well, if I'm old, then what are they, ancient, vintage? Like, what's up? So funny. Especially my youngest, I don't know. I think she's like, well, but then she's mad when I'm like, well, yeah, I'm this age. And she's like, no, you're not. I'm like, well, you're the one who just called me old. Come on, make up your mind. What am I? Am I or am I not, right? All right, little edge. It is ripping a little down here. You gotta love cardstock for that. But that's a pretty front cover. Just a little something. Now, I will probably add pearls in places. We're going to find points of decor, like maybe on the head of the butterfly. We're going to want to maybe put gold. I have gold rhinestones that we can, faux flat rhinestones that go in here. Let's see, what are we doing here? We're at 50 minutes. So yeah, I will do some bling, right? Flatter being, I got gold pieces here. We'll put, oh, I have a lavender dot. I think she's too big though. I'll look down below my purple stuff. Oh, we had some lavender dots. If they're too big, then I'll just put a little pearl right there where the head is. he needs something. I just don't know what yet. Probably, maybe I'll put some gold puffy paint on some stuff. This one's already 3D, so unless I put a pearl there just for oomph. But yeah, we need to do some glitter and some puff paint, and be fun to put some glitter in the pattern down here. And I have a couple different green. I have some glitter, so maybe we can enhance that with some gold. And same here. So, all right. Well, that'll be off camera, but I will try to get the inside covered with fabric. Get this and push down right in place. And then it's just me deciding for sure. Make sure I got the right dates and possibilities. And then get that sewn in too. So once that's sewn in too, I will probably that's a thought. Like, do I want to sew with the bow out here? But I'm only going to do 2 holes here. I'm not going to try to get a third one in here, I don't think. It's not that wide, so I think we're just going to do 2. So I'll just go a single string, and if I have to, I can put a little bit of lace here if I feel like it's getting too torn up. So we can have a little bit of a lace, tiny little lace border here, up and down both sides here. So I have some lavender, blue marin Italian lace. So I wonder if that has some cut to it that maybe I can put on there. So, all right, well, when I get this progressed down a little farther, I will definitely have to show you guys some tricks of the trades or things I did and let you know how it turned out. So I thank you for coming along as we used, a cereal box again to make another Pressboard journal cover. It seems to be my thing. We just, we shrunk down a journal page and wrapped it around it, and then took elements of that, and whether you make copies or print more of them, I cut out some stuff that I wanted to fussy cut to bring forward front to back, and to, of course, enhance the cover of our cute little silly journal that we are making. So love you all very, very much. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely late Wednesday night, sometime Thursday morning, with this lovely ink and paper journal monthly kit. Journal kit. It's a digital kit. I will put it down below. I will put her link down below, and if I can if she happens to have a category, I will grab the category so you can see all of her monthly kits, so that you can maybe make a journal for a specific birthday girl, right? And birthday lady in your life. And what a fun gift that would be, right? Especially when these pages are great. She does have the pages that are 2 different pages. This one's actually on its side, I think, and no, it's upright. Yeah. Anyway, she has a couple pages where you can print them on the back of every one of your journal pages, and allow that kind of writing space where she has, like I said, she has this page. You can put on the back of each one of these pretty decorative ones, and you would have a beautiful writing journal to work with for yourself, for a friend, loved one, all that jazz. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely March morning, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.